Thanks for checking out our video. I'm JT.
And I'm Roxanne, and we're on a
Journey
together.
It wouldn't be a weight loss journey if we didn't discuss our weight. So,
This week when I stepped on the scale, I weighed 196.8. $196.8. Like my socks? My mother-in-law got them for me for my birthday. Gotta get the tiger in me. That's down 2.6 pounds from last week.
2.6 pounds, Mama. That's awesome. Good job.
Thank you, honey. It was very hard to do. And a total of 4.4 pounds down from when I started my journey on January 8th of this year. One of the things that I did differently this week to achieve my weight loss goals was to cut out my sun-kissed pop.
Remember, we're from Michigan, where we say where we live by pointing to our right hand, and we call our soda pop.
I didn't want to give up the pop, but I just realized that I had to give it up because when I was drinking it, I go to work second shift and I was having these sugar crashes. So I was like on a roller coaster up and down. So when I would drink a pop here at around the lunch hour, which is my favorite time to drink the pop, when I get at work at 5 or 6 at night, I could feel like my sugar getting low. I was at work when the crash happened. I was at the service desk and I just all of a sudden I'm just like, oh God, I'm so hungry. And so I walk over to our, we have this drawer at the service desk where we have all this candy. So I went over there, opened the drawer, and I'm sitting there looking in the drawer, and I'm like, oh my God, there's mints, there's little chocolate candies, and there's Sugar Patch Kids, and there's all this sweet stuff. And then I had to stop myself because I was out of control, and I quickly closed the drawer. I said, Roxanne, please do not eat any of this candy. You got a goal that you got to stick to, and you got a nice food in the fridge. So I told my cashiers, I said, you know what? I need to go to break right now. I need to go eat my real food before I eat some of this candy that's in here. So don't call me for at least 5 minutes so I can get my sandwich done. So I go over to the break room, I open up the fridge and there it was, my sandwich and my yogurt, everything that is supposed to be on my diet plan. And I knew I had to eat that because I've already logged it into MyFitnessPal. So, once I log it in, when I make it, I'll put it on there. I try not to go far away from what's on there. So I was sitting down, I'm eating my sandwich and my yogurt, and I just thought, what can I do to make it where I'm just not crashing, from the sugar, the roller coaster of the sugar. So I said, what, it's got to be the pop. That pop that I drink, it's got me out of control. So the one decision that I made right then was to give up the pop. And then the next day and the following days after, I went and I drank my water. I tried to focus on just getting water. And in our break room, we have pop, Sunkist Pop for 50 cents. If I had 2 quarters in my pocket, I could easily just put the quarters in the machine and get out my pop. But I said, no, Roxanne, you're going to go to the Starbucks, get the tallest glass that you can. They usually have about like a 20-ounce glass that's clear. I go fill it up with ice water, and I put a straw in it because that's the way you drink it. But I feel like when I have a straw in my water, I will drink more water than I usually do than just sitting there and gulp, gulp, gulp. Something about the drink of the straw, and just doing that, it just makes me feel like, I can drink like a half a cup, no problem if I have that. So, I got the water. Usually I fill it up 3 times when I'm at work. I'll just drink it, go back over there, fill it up again. By 11 o'clock at night, if I don't have the 3rd one done, I'll just sit there and I'll guzzle it because I'm usually at work until about 12:30. So, as long as I get that out of the way, and have my water done, I'll feel good. And it kept me satisfied. Drinking all that water, it didn't make me want all that sugar. It didn't want me to have all the candy. Working at the grocery store, there's always temptations. There's, cupcakes around and there's marked down bakery goods. And when you walk past it or somebody buying something, it just smells so good. But, keeping that water, guzzled like I did, it just didn't have the cravings. And it made me feel really good that I went a whole over 7 days without any of the pop. It's one of the tough achievements.
It's an accomplishment in
Yeah.
itself, It's something I could not do. I have a love for Coca-Cola, something I could not do.
And the reason why I didn't do it is just because I didn't buy it. When I was at the grocery store, I just did not go down that aisle. I said, you know what? I don't need the chips. I don't need the pop. Just don't buy it this week and see how it goes. If I really want it, I will get it next week. But, I didn't. So I'm really proud.
You should be. Good job.
How do you think that you did this week, JT?
I think I did all right. Not too bad. When I stepped on the scale, I weighed 239.2 pounds. $239.2. That's down 3.6 pounds from last week and a total weight loss of 53.8 pounds since I began my journey in September 1st.
Yay!
Down 3.6 pounds last week is awesome. But even more awesome is I'm in the 230s. I'm back in the 230s.
And you're looking good, Big Daddy.
Thank you, Mama. Appreciate it. With every pound that I lose, I'm the lowest weight that I've been in the last 17 years, since I was 25. It is pretty cool that almost practically every day I'm setting new personal bests. To see the number falling on the scale is just awesome. And it's a lot of hard work going into it, but it's really paying off. And I'm just so proud of myself of what I've been able to accomplish. Roxanne and I joined a Facebook weight loss challenge on January 8th, and this challenge is awesome. It is phenomenal. It has re-energized me and given me new focus to my own personal journey. Like, for instance, this last week's challenge within the challenge, sometimes there's little weekly challenges for the people in the challenge. How many times can you say challenge in one sentence? But last week's challenge within the challenge was to work out for 5 days for at least 30 minutes. I work out 3 days a week, every week anyways. I love lifting weights. You're not going to stop me from pumping iron. 3 days workouts is easy. But the challenge forced me to do 2 extra days of walking that I probably wouldn't have normally done. I work full time. I love lifting weights. Kind of hate cardio. I know it's a guilty pleasure to me. When the sun's out and it's summertime, spring, I love to cycle, so cardio and then is no big deal. But in the wintertime, the blues, sitting on a stationary bike, doing some walking here and there, no thanks. But the challenge forced me to do those 2 extra days to hit the 5-day goal. And obviously, being more active translates to burning more calories. And the more calories that you burn, the more weight that you lose, so it's win-win. Now, this week's challenge within a challenge is to drink at least 80 ounces of water every day. No problem. For me, that's no problem at all. For the last 6 or 7 years, I've really focused on my hydration. I drink at least 1 gallon a day every day. The trick to drinking a lot of water? You gotta drink a lot of water. For me, I drink my water fast. At work, I drink out of 16-ounce plastic water bottles, and at home, I drink out of 16-ounce plastic cups. So I drink my water 16 ounces at a time, and 1 gallon is 8 of those water bottles or cups. And I guzzle first thing. It's not uncommon for me to have a gallon drink by 5 or 6 at night, and then I have 3 or 4 more cups of water throughout the night anyways, just stay hydrated. You can definitely feel a difference when you're properly hydrated. And when you're properly hydrated, when you start to feel dehydrated, you can tell, and you're like, oh man, I need some water right now, I'm dehydrated. You just feel better. Everything kind of clicks. You're just overall well-being if you're properly hydrated. Now, unlike my beautiful wife here, I do still enjoy my 1 can of Coca-Cola every day. I typically have it 8:30 at night. Don't have a problem with the sugar spikes for me because I do drink it so late, but I'm just not ready to give it up yet. I give all the credit to this woman right here for her willpower. I could not give up my Coca-Cola. I do not want to give up my Coca-Cola, and as long as I'm still losing my weight, I won't give up my Coca-Cola. So I am so proud for her for giving up her Sunkist. It's a huge accomplishment.
The one thing I noticed though when we were drinking a lot of water is that I don't get leg cramps in the night. When I'm dehydrated, I constantly wake up with leg cramps in my calves, and there's nothing that you want to do than wake up and go and pull back on your big toe because you're about ready to die because your legs are having cramps. So that's one motivation to have me drink more water is, just so I don't get that leg cramping all the time. And when we're cycling in the summertime, that's when I get them the most. And that's one of the things that JT drinks his gallon of water every day, and that's what's helped him too, to cycle. But when I'm doing the same thing, it just makes me feel more better. And he's constantly saying, Mama, did you drink more water? Did you fill up your cup of water? And I said, or if I ask you to go get me a cup of water, he always knows to bring it with a straw, because I just love drinking with a straw. As far as our diets go, JT and I both have a 1,700 calorie a day goal. We eat a lot of the same foods, but we eat them at different times. JT works first shift, so he usually works 8 to 6, and I'm second shift, and I work 4 to midnight. Most nights, JT will have chicken and rice for dinner, and I'll eat that same chicken and rice, but I like to eat it during the afternoon, probably about 2 o'clock. That's when I have my lunch. We both eat sandwiches each day. I eat my sandwich about 8:30 at night, and JT usually has his for lunch at about 1:30. So, and the same with granola bars. We both eat granola bars, but he'll have his maybe for the mid-morning snack, and I'll eat mine probably about 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I eat snacks that late because I don't leave until 12:30. And the one thing that we both love is cereal. I usually eat my cereal in the morning when I wake up, but then
Weird. Cereal in the morning? What?
JT eats his after dinner, kind of like as a dessert, and as long as we both have the same foods and I buy the right foods. One of our favorite foods to eat when JT has the day off is what we call 2, 2, and 2. It's 2 toast, 2 bacon, and 2 eggs. I usually like to cook mine scrambled, but it's really filling. And for about 400 calories, depending on what we put on the toast, he really likes it and it keeps him full. Sometimes when I make mine, it's the same ingredients, but I'll make French toast out of it. Instead of having the scrambled eggs and the dry toast with some jam on there, I'll just dip my bread into the egg mixture, cook it up, and then it tastes really good, and I put the jam right on it. And for it just makes me feel like I'm having a treat that I may not be on a diet, and it just it helps us in the long run, just to have a nice lunch together, because we don't really get a lot of time together because we both work opposite shifts. So it's kind of like our romantic dinner or romantic lunch. I'm sorry.
And plus, even though that you're counting your calories, you can still enjoy your food. I mean, you can still like bacon. You can just only have 2 slices of bacon. What we're doing is we're just doing everything in moderation. We're trying to eat the right things. We're just trying to eat the right quantity of things as well.
Yeah, because before, not even kidding, we would eat like 4 pieces of bacon and
Or
maybe
6.
like and 3 toasts. So just having a portion where we just have 2, 2, and 2, our favorite meal.
2, 2, 2.
Yeah, we just feel good about it.
This journey that we're on is truly a journey together. Roxanne helps me so much. She meal preps for me. She makes my sandwiches for me to take to work for my lunch, and she meal preps my chicken and rice. She cooks up containers for me with half cups of rice in each one, and another one with 6 ounces of chicken. When I come home after work, all I have to do for dinner is pretty much just heat up my chicken, rice, and my gravy. I use McCormick chicken gravy and put on it, and my dinner's done in like 5 minutes. And it's all because of this woman right here. This awesome woman has made my journey so much easier for me. She does all the work for me. I just simply throw it in the microwave and heat it up. So thank you, Mama. I really appreciate everything you do for me.
Oh, you're welcome, baby. I'll do anything for you, honey.
You're the bestest.
One of the things JT did for me this week was to buy me a new pair of purple workout gloves. These gloves are awesome. When I opened up the package and I saw that they were this really pretty purple, it just made me feel like, maybe I can do this. You know, it's just going to make me stronger. It just makes me, when I put them on, it makes me feel more confident in what I'm going to do. Because if I put my workout clothes on and my workout pants and get everything done, you know, it just, being in that moment, you know, what I do is I go into the workout room, I look into the mirror, and I did a couple poses, like,
I showed her some flexes, showed her some moves.
but it just made me feel better. And I think, you know, wearing these gloves, it made me just feel like I was a little bit stronger. So some of my moves, I upped it for about 5 pounds, you know, and I did my workout yesterday wearing these. And it just made me feel just confident, you know, knowing that, hey, I did just a little bit more weight than I could do the day before, because first of all, they look pretty, but they also give me a better grip. And knowing that when I'm lifting them or lifting them over my head, that I'm not going to drop the weight onto my face or hit me in the head, you know, that is just...
I like this face. I like it just how it is, you know. I don't want it to change at all yet.
But it was a good feeling, you know, and I just feel like, you know, when you got that feeling of doing your workout, feeling accomplished, you know, whatever makes me feel like Superman, you know, I just think that's just really great. And thank you so much. This was one gift that I know I'll use. It's the gift that keeps on giving, babe. But yeah, just thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You know? Well, that's pretty much it for this week. If you liked our video, found it entertaining, please click the like button.
Come on, do it. Smash that like button. Like I was saying earlier, Roxanne and I upload a new video every single week to tell the tales of our journey and to track our progress. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. You can stay up to date on every new video that we do and come along on this journey with us. Roxanne and JT signing off with the classic 80s slow motion smiling high five.